What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Work in Progress channel. I'm Drew Somerville.
And I'm Chad Savage.
And today we're going to be talking about the difference between making and taking photos, and really what that boils down to is the importance of pre-production. When I was first getting started, I'd see these amazing advertising images and be like, wow, like this photographer is so lucky he got there, and the clothing was perfect and the light was perfect, and everything just works so well together. And after spending some time in the industry, what I've learned is it takes a huge amount of planning, effort, scouting, and forethought to make this happen. And so I guess the point of this video is to really advocate for taking the time, taking the energy, and doing a thorough run of pre-production if you're going to shoot something. Making sure that the colors of the outfits match with the location, making sure that the light at the time of the day that you're going to be there is either going to look the way you want it, or you have the tools to make it look the way you want it. Making sure the props line up. All these little details come together to create a story in your images, and putting that extra, few hours of time in. Honestly, I'll be real, it's more than a few hours.
Yeah, a lot more than a few.
Pretty massive undertaking. Don't want to undersell it, but it is totally worth the time and energy.
Yeah, so pre-production starts, I would say, whenever you put together some sort of mood board that kind of conveys to the client your direction, and that can be in terms of a lot of things: the location, the outfit styling, the time of day, just the entire look, vibe, feel of the shoot. And a lot of that can be conveyed by, like I said, putting together a mood board, showing them different pieces of how they all fit together, whether that's colors or some composition or just the general direction of the shoot. That helps a lot with kind of giving your client some confidence in what you see as the end goal, but it also helps you set up a nice guideline for how the day will go, or where you're gonna kind of lead that shoot in terms of direction. And I think after that, a big portion is going to be on scouting. We do a lot of scouting. Finding the locations if you don't have a location specifically set yet, and if you do have a location, whether the client has a specific location they want you to shoot at, or an idea of a location, going and seeing how that location looks specifically in person, whether it's like a property you're shooting, or like a restaurant or a hotel or whatever it is, seeing how that space looks with the lighting, either that is available or that you can set up in order to make it look the way you want, is a huge portion of that. Drew and I spent a lot of time riding around, finding locations for all sorts of different shoots, and it could also kind of help you for later shoots down the road. If you can use those shoots or those locations for shoots later if they don't quite work out, you can kind of have them in your back pocket. So ride around, find some locations that look good, or if you have a specific space that you're shooting in, go there prior to the shoot, and make sure that everything looks the way you kind of envision it, and see if you can kind of think of a way to set up your lighting, or however the scene needs to be set up prior to the shoot in order to make that run successfully.
Yeah. And I guess just to reiterate, a really successful image starts in your mind. Come up with a picture of what you want it to look like. Get the location, go there, make sure it looks right. If it doesn't, you're going to have to find another one. If the location is good, when you're on a scout, show up, look at the light. A great app is Sunseeker. It'll give you a 3D view of the path of the sun. So you can see, I want strong light coming in this window. Is it going to be there? If it's not, to bring lights. If there's going to be too much light, to bring some diffusion. It allows you to plan your equipment really well. Once you see the inside of the space, use that, pass it on to your stylist, or pass it on to the models. Make sure their clothing is going to match that space and match the vibe that you're looking for. And all of those sort of steps, that is sort of like setting up the ingredients for the shoot to be successful. And if all those pieces are in place and they all work well together, the images really can't fail. A really successful image doesn't happen by chance. It happens by intentionality and a lot of work before you ever get on set. So really the whole thing should be planned out, thought through before you ever are on set with a camera. That will just change your life as a photographer. Put the time in. That is our biggest advice for this little video. Pre-production is king. And on that note, peace.